Hello fans, I welcome you to Physicot's Fashion House Studio. I'm Fola. So today we'll be learning how to make one beautiful crop top shirt with a center front zipper. I'll be using this beautiful zipper for it because this is actually the beauty of this crop top shirt. Um, I will need my African print Ankara of about 1.5 yards. I need the same thing for the same yard for the lining, and I need my fusible interfacing to give my fabric strength. So I will be gumming it to heat after cutting it out. So let's get started. To make this our crop jacket with center front zipper, I already come with my basic bodice pattern. So here, this is my starting point, which is my shoulder length. I already measure 1/2 inch up to serve as my joining allowance at the shoulder length. So then I have 9 inches from this line. This is my starting point now. I have 9 inches, which is my chest line. 10 inches is the bust point. 17.5 is the waist line or half length, and the 19.5 is the stomach length, which is our top length. So then we have 1 inch hem allowance. So here we have 3.5, which is our bust span. The nipple to nipple of the client is 7 inches. We divide it by 2 to give us 3.5. We measure it here as well. Then we connect it with straight ruler. So the next thing we do now is to get the shoulder length of the client. The shoulder length of the client is 14 inches. We divide it by 2 to give us 7 inches. But because this one is jacket, we had 1 inch to hit. So you had 1 inch to hit to the shoulder length. So it will give us 8 inches. The reason for doing this is that there is a way jackets normally, sit on your shoulder, that you might even need to add the shoulder pad to it, so that there will be enough space at the shoulder region there. So you get the same 8 inches here. Then you connect it with straight ruler. Then get your shoulder slope of 1 inch. Then you come to this region, you get your neck width of 3 inches by 3 inches. The depth is 3 inches as well. Then you connect it. Remember, this pattern is on fold. So you connect to your shoulder slope to the neck width. You get your bust circumference. The bust circumference we are working with is 34. You divide it by 4, give us 8.5. But you had 1 inch is allowance to hit. So because this project is a free top, so it gives us 9.5. Then you come to the waist region, waist or the stomach region. You repeat whatever you are having on the chest line here, because this top is not a fitted one. It's going to be free. So you repeat the same 9.5 here. You connect the bust to the waist line, to the stomach line. So the next thing is for you to get your armhole curve by dividing here by 2. You measure what you are having from your shoulder slope to the chest line. We have 8 inches. You divide it by 2, give us 4 inches. So you step inward with 0.75. Then you connect. Pick your armhole curve to connect from the shoulder slope to this point, then to this point. Just the way you see me doing. Yes. So the next thing is to get our bust dart. Measure what you're having from your bust line or chest line to the waist line, we have 8.5, so you divide it into 2, mark it. We have 4.25, you mark it, then you slightly connect it to the bust point. We are trying to get our bust darts now. Then you step down here with half an inch. You come to this region, you step out with 1 inch. So connect from this half an inch to this. Come to this side, from this the center one, step up again with half of an inch. Then whatever you are having here, we have 6 inches here, you return it to this point. So you connect it. So then you connect from this point, you connect to this, just the way you see me doing. Then you connect from here to here. So our bust dart is already formed. So the next thing is to get your half an inch seam allowance at the armhole region and at the shoulder length here. So just step up with a half an inch, mark half an inch here, half an inch, then you connect it. Then you mark half an inch here, get your half an inch up here, connect it, half an inch, connect it, connect it. So this is it. The next thing is for us to cut it out, but mind you, you still had half an inch to this, 1 inch side seam will be added to this side on your fabric. So let me cut it out. One inch side seam to be added. So for this side darts, bust darts, what you would do is this is the way you are going to sew it on your fabric. Then it will be facing up this way. This is the way it will be. So this is for the front cut. You place this on your fabric, ensure don't forget to add your 1 inch side seam allowance to it. I've gone ahead to use this pattern to cut out my fabric, and you will see that 1 inch is added by the side of my fabric. That is for the side seam. Just remove it from this fabric and see how it looks like. This is it, and the fusible interfacing, I've gone ahead to add the fusible interfacing to my fabric. You can see it. Then you will notice that the front cut for the center front of this fabric, we did not consider any zipper allowance or whatever, so you don't really need it. By the time the zipper is fixed to the center front, the allowance will definitely come with the teeth of this zipper. So all we need to do is to cut it open. Yes, I've cut it open into two, the front cut, and the lining will be cut out the same way. It's just that our lining is for the front cut is going to be having facing. We'll use this same fabric to do our facing. So now for the back cuts, we are going to be drafting directly on our fabric for the back cuts. So, and I've come here with my fabric. I measure half an inch up here. I rule it half an inch that will serve as a shoulder joining allowance. I mark 1 inch down here as my hem allowance, 1 inch. Then from this point, I measure 9 inches, which is my chest line. Then the length of my back, the length of my back is 18.5. You know, our front length is 19.5. So that's 1 inch. This 1 inch bust dart will be reduced from the back. So we have 18.5 as our back length. So we measure 8 inches, which is our shoulder length. We measure it here as well. Then we connect it with a straight ruler. Then I measure my shoulder slope of 1 inch. Then 3 inches is the width of my neck width. So I connect from the shoulder slope to the neck width. So the next thing is to get my neck line depth for the back. So the neck line depth for the back is 1 inch. I measure 1 inch from this line, 1 inch. Then I connect it to this point. Yeah. So the next thing is to get my bust measurements. 8.5 plus 1 inch is allowance. That is 9.5. 9.5. I return the same thing to the waistline region. 9.5. I connect it with straight ruler. I get the midpoint of this, which is 4 inches. I step inward with 1/4 of an inch, 0.25. This is the back. You know, we use 0.75 for the front. Then I connect it. This fabric is on fold, you can see. So that's for the back. So the next thing is for us to get the joining allowance. Seam allowance, you use half an inch here, half an inch, half an inch. You connect it. So the next thing is for us to cut it out. So that's all for the back. Mark half an inch by this hammer line. Then half an inch. You measure 1 inch as your side seam. 1 inch. 1 inch. Connect it. Get your half an inch seam allowance up here. Connect here to here. Connect your half an inch together. Yes, this is the back cut. For this, I will go ahead and gum my fusible interfacing as well. I'll gum it, then cut out my lining the same way. So let me go and do that. Come and show you the next thing to do. Yes, I've gone ahead to go and cut my lining. I mean, this is the lining for the back, and the facing. I cut out the facing for the upper region of the back cut, and note that 2 inches is reduced. I reduced 2 inches from the lining. By the time we join it together by the down part and fold it in, so we will now have our 1 inch hem allowance. So that is for the back cut. For the front cut, the same thing is being done. I've gone ahead to cut out the lining. You can see facing of like 5 inches is joined to it, and I've had the bust dart. The same thing is done here. The bust dart is being had, and for the lining, 2 inches is reduced at the down part as well for the lining, just the way we did for the back cut, the 2 inches. So the next thing we do now is that we go and join the lining and lining together with 1 inch. We do the same thing to the second side, then the same thing will be done to the main fabric. We join the side together with 1 inch. 1 inch. So then we now open it, iron it very well. Then thereafter we now join lining and the fabric together at the hem line with 1/4 of an inch. So let me go and do that. Yes, our crop jacket is forming already. I've gone ahead to join it by the side with 1 inch side seam allowance. I join lining to lining, fabric to fabric. Thereafter I join the shoulder line with 1/2 an inch, lining to lining, fabric to fabric as well. Then thereafter I join it by the down part with 1/4 of an inch. So I use all this pin to secure it before I iron it, so that my ironing will be aligned. So I secure it in all this region so that my ironing down here will be accurate. So that is what all this office pin is used to achieve. So this is it. So the next thing is just for us to go and fix our zipper, and to achieve that, this is the way it's going to be done. You are going to insert it, your zipper, this way. You can see this way. Then from inside, maintain this crease line. You can pin it down. That's how you sew it. Then you remove some teeth from this teeth to achieve this effect. And it is advisable you use invisible footer to sew this. This is it. My center front zipper has been fixed. See, I've removed some teeth, like 4 or 5. So that will serve as joining allowance to the collar. So this is the shoulder pad I will be using to fix my shoulder pad. This is the shoulder pad will be attached to the lining this way. That's why we did it lining to lining, fabric to fabric. The shoulder pad will be on the lining this way, ensuring your joining allowance to the sleeve is retained. This is the way it's going to be. I will stitch it on the lining this way. So, and the main fabric will cover it before the sleeve is attached. But before then, we want to take care of the collar. So let me show you the inner part of this zipper so that you will see how neat it looks. This is it. To attach my collar now, what I will do is to measure the neckline circumference. It is on fold. I'll measure it this way. I measure it this way. I'm having like a 8¾ 8.75. So I'll grab my collar stay. This is my collar stay. That 8¾ when you open it, that's on fold. When you open it, it will give you something close to 18 inches. That is like 17.5 inches. So on this collar stay, you get 17.5 inches. 17.5 inches. You get it by 4 inches. This is 4 inches. 4 inches by 17.5. So I place it on fold this way. What I will do now is to get that 17.5 now. That is a 8¾ To get it now, to measure what you are having on the back neckline. Just this way. This is where the front is joined to the back. You measure what you have there. We have 3.75. So 3.7, everything together is 8.75. So we have 3.75 here now. So which means the remaining is 5 inches. So this 3.75, we'll get it here. The original 3 inches, that is 3 inches by 1 inch. That is your neckline, basic neckline for the back. So you connect it. You measure what you have as it is. So you will see that you have your 3.75 as you have connected it this way. So the remaining 5 inches now. So you want to determine the height of your collar. For this collar, I want it to be like a 2.5. 2.5. So I measure what I have here. So what I want to get here is 5 inches. That's the remaining 5 inches. This is where I have it. So this is the height of my collar. So this, I connect this to here. I connect this to this place. I want this my collar to sit well on my back neck, so I step up with like a 3/4. I connect it to this end. I want to use French cuff for that effect. I don't want it to be too sharp. Yeah, this is my collar. So I will take this, I'll go and paste it on my fabric. Then I have an inch all around. So then I'll cut out another one that you can just put light interfacing on. But this one, the main collar, this one will be used to cut out the main collar. Then half an inch will be added around. Then I will now cut lining for it. For your lining, you might put interfacing, you might not put. Depends on the fabric you are using. So let me go and do that. This is the collar, this is the lining. So half an inch has been added, and then I cut out. I use this to cut out the lining. So the next thing is for me to go and join it here first. So to do that, I will still put some beauty in that region by adding these trimmings. I will add it, I will insert it this way and join it together. It will be in between the lining and the fabric. I will join it with this half an inch. By the time I flip it to the right side, you'll be seeing this here. So I just want to put it to beautify my collar. Yeah, this is my collar. I've gone ahead to join the lining and the main collar together. This is the lining, and my trimmings has been attached to it. Then I stitch down here. So the next thing is just for me to attach it to the main bodies. So I've notched the center of my collar. Hope you're seeing it. And this is the fabric. It has been notched. So what you do is to insert it, and to insert it, this is the main collar, this is the lining. So this is the way it's going to be inserted. The main collar will face you this way, because after it has been inserted, this is the way it's going to be. So you push it in from the armhole, you enter, and turn it to the wrong side completely for you to attach your collar. So let those notch match themselves. Then you can secure it with your office pin. Then you take it to your machine and join it together with that half an inch or 1 centimeter. You join it, go around this way. You do the same thing to this side before you now turn it to the right side. Let me go and do that. The collar has been fixed. You can see how beautiful it looks. So the next thing is just for me to go and attach my sleeve now. I recommend black lining for you if you are using this type of African print Ankara. It's because it's video, that's why I use this color of line. And for the sleeve, this video is already getting too long, so I won't be able to make the the sleeve here. I will make the sleeve off camera, then I drop the link for our basic short sleeve for you. So let me just go and do that. Yes, this is our shirts, crop shirts or crop jacket, anyone. So I've gone ahead to join the sleeve to the bodies. Lining, I did it lining to lining, fabric to fabric, and thereafter I attach the shoulder pad. I attach it to the lining. You can see the way it is attached. I just tack it here, tack it here, then tack it here. Same thing is done here. So then the next thing I do is that I now loose one side open by the side of my top to bring out this. So you can see the way it is done. So let me bring it out. Yeah, this is it. This is the inner view of it. This is where I come out. So I will just go and stitch here tiny on my machine. I'll stitch it. So this is the wrong side. You can see everything. Lining to lining, fabric to fabric. Yes, our crop jacket is ready. This is it. So it will speak better on the mannequin. Let me go and place it on the mannequin's body. So this is how we come to the end of this class. I'm sure you have learned one or two new things from this project. So share this video with your friends and family. Drop your comments on the comment section. Like this video. And if you are yet to subscribe, do well to subscribe today. Thanks so much for watching.